block content. What's happening, my block buddies? Welcome to a brand new episode of block content. Now, this is the last one for today, but I had to make it big. I had to make it count. So this is going to be talking about a brand new area in Super Mario Odyssey. If you don't want spoilers for the game, please head back now, because this is going to talk about a really big post-game thing. So for all of you still here, yes, there is something unlockable, and it's not just the Mushroom Kingdom, it's something entirely different. Now, as you guys know, there's a Moon Kingdom in the game, but there might be something a little bit more hiding behind there. And what's also hiding right here is the Super Mario Odyssey T-shirt giveaway. Oh, I love doing these segues. Anyway, comment down below why you think you should win this t-shirt. Just tell a friend about block content and subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, and when we hit 6,000 subscribers, we're going to give that shirt away to one of you lucky commenters out there, so it could be you. Now, we're going to be talking about this big spoiler news, and it's actually what happens after you beat the game. And after you get a certain amount of power moons, 250 to 500, it's really fun, and here we go. Right there, you can see the moon, and there's another part of that moon. The first bit that you hit is the actual Moon Kingdom with Bowser's Chapel right there. We're going to talk about the ending of the game. We're going to be talking about the final boss very soon. But yeah, we're going to have to be talking about what happens next. This is a new kingdom, and it's called Darkseid. Now we can fly over to the dark side. I think that makes us real explorers now. So it seems like the Mario universe is in the Star Wars universe right now, right? The dark side. Anyway, yeah, the dark side of the moon, it doesn't really feel all that much like a brand new kingdom. I even think the polygonal food from the Luncheon Kingdom has been recreated here with, some simple moon textures from the Moon Kingdom. Feels to me, and I have to say this, I'm a big fan, lazy. We come here to the Moon Kingdom, to Honeymoon Ridge, and we actually take a little look at what this is looking like, and it's beautiful. I love the chapel. We made a screenshot that looks like this, and we're almost dead on with what it looks like, and I just love that Mario's gravity is very high. So after Mario has collected all these moons, the Odyssey says immediately after, the Odyssey needs 250 more moons to move on to the next kingdom. So presumably after the dark side, there's more. Well, right now we already know it's the darker side, and just talking about that is really strange. The darker side of the moon is some sort of Champions Road like super challenge that's really, really difficult, and I've seen a bit about it. It's crazy, but I want to talk about the dark side first. Now we can see Mario in his Super Mario 64 glory. What a beautiful little plumber we have over there. And I just love this shot because it's, Cappy's looking at him like, wait, what happened to you, Mario? Are we back in time? Who are you? And Mario's like, well, let me enjoy this. Now we fly on over through the universe, which is not just in our atmosphere, but it's actually in outer space. I totally love that the Odyssey is just able to do that. Mario's able to breathe there. Don't really know if there's any theories about Mario being able to breathe in space, but he could in Mario Galaxy. And there we arrive in Darkseid. It's not the dark side or a Darkseid Kingdom, it's just Darkseid, Rabbit Ridge. As I said before in the video, I was really, really disappointed by this. I mean, it's a post-game content, so I get it. It should be similar, it should be using the same assets of the game. But to just, use the polygonal food and kind of be like, oh wait, so it's rabbits, so they, chew on carrots, so let's just reuse the carrots and the food from the Luncheon Kingdom. To me, it's almost like a little bit too lazy. However, I like the idea. There's more content, there's more content for gamers. But yeah, they treat it like a big kingdom. Rabbit Ridge, dedicated word for wedding planning. So there's Topper right there. There's a little bit about a tasty looking tower, which of course is referring to the Carrot Tower. Now there's a whole lot of information in this booklet, but it's basically talking a little bit about what this actually represents, and that this is a big scary place, that this is the home planet, the home base of the Brutals. Arrival at Rabbit Ridge. And there's actually one secret up in here that I want to talk about. Here, right here, it says one last door. for those travelers who survive the hospitality of the Brutals, a new challenge may await. So, I don't know, what do you guys think that it is? So, Rango the Bouncer, which is the first one we talk about, he's not the most focused, but Rango is a valuable player on the Brutals team. He's always coming through in the end. A master of his boomerangling trampoline hat, he can throw it straight and curved with almost unnatural control in the way that it flies. On the other hand, he sometimes zones out a bit and looks confused. That's your chance to counterattack. Harriet Pyrotechnics, the least predictable of the Brutals, Harriet is most often found throwing bombs with her hair. When our homemade bombs explode, they leave a pool of fire on the ground, so try knocking them away before they explode. While it may seem reckless to have filled a hat with bombs, Harriet is devious and keeps a lot of spare explosives with her, so watch out. Then of course we get Spewer, which is a crazy name. He's the entertainer spinning around while spitting poison. Well, this guy's really scary. 3 keys to the kingdom saying watch out for the moon light gravity. You can still die falling off a cliff. Die? Did it say die in a Mario game? Investigate behind those stone-carved vegetables and greet all 4 of the keys of this kingdom. You know who they are. Yeah, greet those bosses. So there's not much to this kingdom. There's not much like new content on this kingdom. It's just gonna be very, very light, very, very simple, and it's gonna be boss battles. So we can see the dark side has 24 moons, so possibly there's a whole lot more to discover than just simple boss fights that we've predicted. We've seen a little bit about this kingdom so far, not everything, so definitely there's still a lot to explore. Now, this happens a lot in the game. Mario is moving through these power lines, and this is almost one of the biggest ways to move around in this Mario Odyssey game. And we can already see what the kingdom looks like from above. So we land up there and we already see rabbits wearing hats. So these are, the inhabitants, and possibly the Brutals are like evolved versions of these guys. You can catch them, and some of them even have power moons. So I think these look really cute. I think these kind of harken back to Mario 64 as well. And now we head on over to a little bit of a big tower view from, of course, the Carrot Tower, the tasty looking tower. And this is actually where you walk straight up to the boss fight. This is where the Brutals are. You can't stop me. You can't stop any of us. Brutals? Come on. Let's see you try. So the Brutals here are saying, yeah, you might have saved the world, but, you can't stop us. Which I think, is a little bit corny, a little bit cheesy. I don't know how I feel about the dark side yet. So you get these fights with the Brutals, and these are supposedly a lot harder than the actual fights in the game. These are, extended fights. They are harder, they take more of a beating, and they throw more projectiles at you. So we have Topper over here being extremely scary, and then we have Harriet throwing a lot of bombs with her hair. You can actually counter the bombs by throwing Cappy directly at people, which I think is a great way to say, hey, here's a little taste of your own medicine, Harriet. And the next boss is Spewered, who is, of course, the almost Splatoon-like enemy spewing around all this poison. But in this area, is smaller, and he spews a lot more poison. So, very scary stuff, and you all have to do this with just your 3 lives that you get, and they all go through. So, our final one is Rango over here, and he does these crazy flip tricks. He's just, scary and unusual, because he's really lanky and tall, scary looking, and a bit bored looking too. So this big boss is the final boss of the Brutals. Madame Brutal was the first boss, and not even the final, which I thought was really weird. Just look at this mech, it's their ship, but kind of transformed into a robot. Okay, cool stuff. Actually looks pretty cool. There's a lot more to explore in the dark side. We'll probably go through it a little later. Today's comment question is, what did you find in the dark side kingdom? Or maybe the darker side, right? Is there a darkest side? So our comment comes to us from World's Awesome Family Channel saying, spoiler alert, Big Brutal, Madame Brood, Green Brutal, Topper, Female Brutal, Harriet, Blue Brutal, Spewered, Orange Brutal, Rango. Well, World's Awesome Family Channel, Thank you so much. This comment came just in time for this video. So if you guys want to support block content, you can do so on Patreon, which is patreon.com/blockcontent. Even giving $1 or maybe 10 or 20 gives you great results, great awesome rewards that you can actually create videos with me. So subscribe to the channel and I'll see you guys later.